What's up, guys? Back again for some more One Piece action. Finally done with the break, so let's jump right into the new chapter. One Piece chapter 1074, entitled Mark III. Alright, so if you guys remember at the end of last chapter, we had a lot of crazy stuff going on. Had the reveal, that Stussy was a double agent and a clone. Well, not really revealed in the last chapter, but we kind of saw her take out Lucci and them. And then we saw the real Miss Buckingham Stussy, Edward Weevil's mother, kind of filling in Marco that Weevil was captured protecting Whitebeard's hometown. Then we got to see Kizaru kind of talking to one of the Gorosei one-on-one. Saint J. Garcia Saturn, I believe his name was. So we'll kind of see, there seemed to be a little dissension in the ranks. Saint J. Garcia didn't really, he said he regretted seeing Vegapunk having to be killed, and he regrets that that's kind of the course of action they have to take. But let's jump into the chapter and see what we got going on. So starting off, we got the cover page. And then, okay, so we see everybody fighting from the Mads. We got Caesar Clown, we got Queen, we got Judge, all of them. It says, Germa Double Six's an Emotionless Excursion, Volume 30. Three war-torn men, and we see all of them just kind of going at it. So it looks like they're having disagreement, maybe kind of disagreeing with the direction Mad should be going or what they should be focusing in. We'll see if that has any relevance to some stuff coming up in the chapter or later on down the line. But let's jump right into the chapter now. So we're going back to Egghead Island right now. So it says Egghead Fabrio phase, and it says the ones standing in the way are ... All right, let's see. So Strawhat still haven't left. Seems like they're getting more and more passengers, that are kind of getting added to their ship. We got all the Vegapunks. Now we got Stussy. Like, who else? I can't remember. I don't know if they're going to try to grab Santamaru or they're just going to leave him there. But, all kinds of people joining this let's get off of Egghead Island train. But let's see. What do we got? It says, aren't you Marine soldiers? Don't let the government's weapons stand in our way. And we see some smoke kind of billowing up right there. See the town. And then, okay, so we see the, the regular Cipher Pol guys in the suits. And they're like, how dare you, our comrades. So you can see a bunch of guys in the background look like they're knocked out right there. Next panel, we got the Cipher Pol dude. He's like taking aim. He's got, his sights set right there. He's getting ready to fire. And then all of a sudden, you just see this kind of like amoeba-like thing appear right next to the side of his head. And wait, is that Kuma? Oh, wait, I think that's Kuma. Okay, no, yeah, so this is... Wait. So this is a PX Kuma, I'm guessing. Yeah, the cop Kuma, it looks like. And he just smashes right at the guy as the guy, is firing, shooting off. I guess it's a rocket launcher he's firing. And then we just kind of see an explosion. And they're like, wait, what ability is that? Alright, so maybe this particular pacifista has, what do you call that? Devil fruit power that we haven't seen yet. Or maybe one that we have seen. And they're like, it's called Bubble Shield. So this is the strongest shield that Vegapunk invented. Alright, so we got our answer right there. So not a devil fruit power, but a shield power that Vegapunk invented. And then it says, it far surpasses the prototype used in the Summer War. It's the Mark III. Okay, and then we got this big ass pacifista that says, do not resist. Move to Factory B. And his right hand's, got the shield kind of coming off of it right there. And he's got his hand up. He's like, hey. It says, Marine Scientific Group Combat Weapon Pacifista. Everyone should surrender now or we'll all be killed. So, the Cipher Pol, regular dudes are not really anything, to really write home about. So they're definitely struggling with this Pacifista, especially considering, it's the big upgraded one. It's got new technology. It's the Mark III. Like, they cannot handle this. They're like, we need to get out of here. We're about to die. And then, okay, so they're... as they're kind of being pummeled by it, they're like, who in the world gave orders to it? The pacifista shouldn't be able to act on their own. And then we see the pacifista, he's like, apprehending now. Kind of just imagine like a, Arnold Schwarzenegger type voice, like, apprehending now. All right, what do we got next? So we're going over to the Fabrio phase. Says, don't move. You'll open your wound. Okay, who do we got? Oh, okay, we're going back to Santamaru. So it looks like some people pulled him aside, trying to get him patched up right here. So it says, he starts laughing. He says, what a day this turned out to be. Are the pacifistas doing their job well? It says, look like something happened up there. And then, okay, we pull into a much closer shot and we see Santamaru. He's all beat up. He's all bandaged up. And it says, the Frontier Dome got closed, and I can't contact Old Man Punk. And it looks like, okay, we still got people trying to wrap him up as he's like trying to get in contact with Vegapunk them. Alright, like I said, is Sentomaru about to join the fray? Is he going to be on the escape train that is the Thousand Sunny? And then, okay, he's having a flashback. He's seeing Luffy in his head, and it says, leave it to me. We'll definitely get him out of that island. But it's Luffy in his Gear 5th form right there. And we see Sentomaru. He's huffing and puffing. You know, he's all beat up. And then, okay, so we see he's got a Den Mushi, and we see it's ringing, ringing, ringing. He says, what I'm worried about is the fact that the Marines are repeatedly contacting us without realizing it. I'm also considered a rebel now. Alright, so Sentomaru kind of evaluating his situation, giving us, you know, telling the people kind of, you know, as he's kind of just narrating it to himself. And then what do we got? Okay, we're going back to the Pacifista, the Mark III right here. It says, so I will just do as I please. Beep. And then, oh damn, it looks like we got a bunch of pods. They're all numbered. And then the next panel, you see them pop open, and there's all these, all 50 Pacifista Mark IIIs move out. Damn, 50 of these bad boys. And if they all got, you know, the shield technology in their hand, they're the upgraded ones. They look a lot more sturdy, a little more beefy. Like, let's see what we got going on. It says, Strawhat Luffy will let Dr. Vegapunk board his ship. The mission is to make sure they depart safely. Understood. Alright, so the Pacifistas know that Luffy is not the target. He's trying to get Vegapunk out of there. So they're, you know, these Mark III Pacifistas, their entire mission is to protect the Straw Hats and allow them to get Dr. Vegapunk off the island safely. And then what do we got? It says, the Marines' movements are strange. Keep a lookout on the coast. Alright, so we all know that, what's his name? Kizaru is on the way there. He's got one of the Gorosei with him in tow, St. J. Garcia, Saturn. So we'll see kind of what that has to do with it. Are we going to see Kizaru spring into action? Let's see. Alright, it says, hey, wait, let us out, let us out. He's like, something will surely occur on this island. We see all the Pacifistas just moving out right there as the Cipher Pol guys are trying to run away and get away from them. And then we see, it says, make sure your creator escapes this island at all costs. Alright, so we see, you know, it's zoomed in on the Pacifista's face receiving its order. And then you see the look in Sentomaru's face, the seriousness, the sternness. He's got blood running down the side of it. He's like, make sure your creator leaves this island at all costs. So a little epicness. That's going to be epic when it gets into the anime. You know, going to have the music going. The smoke is going to be around them. It's going to look epic. I'm going to like it. And then, okay, now we're going back up to the Labo phase. And it says, who's talking? It says, what do you mean they're not here? They have to be within the Labo, right? Okay, so we're going back to Chopper and Luffy. They're still trying to find Vegapunk, or, you know, the main Dr. Vegapunk, and they're trying to find Bonney, and right now they can't find him. And Luffy's looking like he's all beat. He's huffing and puffing. His tongue's all hanging out. And he's like, I'm beat. I really ran all around like crazy. We see Chopper kind of in the background right there. He's like, you ended up breaking your hover shoes with all that running. Don't tell them. I have no money to repay it. So Luffy's like, yo, don't tell them, man. I can't pay for these shoes, damn it. And then what do we got? Okay, so we got Usopp over there in the foreground. He's like, where's the old Apple Man? And Bonney, too. He's like, regarding Bonney, she's here. Alright, so we see, I think that's Edison is the one. Alright, I might have got the names wrong. It says, everything inside the Labo can be seen through this monitor. Beep. And then Luffy's like, hey, you couldn't say that sooner, damn it. I've been running my ass off all over the place. Like, he's like, she's always been here. Say that sooner, damn it. So Luffy's all pissed. He's like, dude, I was just running around all this damn place looking for her, and you've been able to see her this entire time? Like, you dick. And then what do we got right here? Okay, so got a nice shot. We got Zoro down there. We got Brook, and they've been geared up in the Egghead, you know, futuristic look right there. And then it says, I must say, this is incredible, everything here. Hey, weren't we supposed to set sail? So Zoro's kind of like, wait, why are we still here? And Brook is just marveling that his clothes just kind of scream the future. And he's like, I wanted to see Stella. Has something happened? Alright, and then we're going back up. So back up to the control room where everybody is. It says, there are two strange events happening right now. So calm down and listen. Alright, what do we got going on? Everyone's kind of chilling back there. We got Jinbei. Chopper's kind of flying around. We got I think that's Edison, the big ass one, right? And then it says, first, the disappearance of the main body, or the main Stella body. The other one is about the Frontier Dome losing control. What do you mean by that? And then we see, who is that? Usopp is down there kind of looking around. He's like, oh, her face got fixed. We have spare parts here after all. And then he starts breaking it down some more. He's like, this means we can't get out from the Labos phase now. And they're like, wait, what? And he's like, if you decide to go out, prepare to be burned to death by the lasers. Alright, so I guess because it lost power and then they got it reactivated, now they're kind of trapped within inside of it. You know, he's saying if you try to leave the Labosphere right now, you're going to get hit by the lasers that are in place as defense mechanism. Alright. And then we see Usopp and Chopper, you know, they're freaking out. Their eyes are popping out. Their tongues are hanging out. He's like, what? Hold on. Aren't we the one asked by Vegapunk himself to board our ship and set sail to the sea? And what's he got to say in response? He's like, yes, but the person who said that has vanished. First off, we must find Stella at all costs. About the dome, we'll find a way to repair it. And then, okay, what's Frankie gonna chime in? He's like, but wait a minute. If Vegapunk wasn't caught in these monitors, which display everything here, won't searching be pointless? Alright, so good point, Frankie. So he's like, wait, you just said that these monitors kind of see, you know, everything in the Labosphere, so if we can't see him or, you know, see the main body on these monitors, what good is searching us, or us going to search gonna do? And then, okay, so we kind of get an overhead shot so we can see kind of the controls and the monitors that we've been talking about. And he's like, normally everything in the lab should be displayed, but ... With the shock that the Seraphim caused a while ago, what is this? He says, the Kameko might have left its position or lost consciousness. Alright, so whatever, I forget what Kameko is, whatever animal they're using as like a transponder snail type animal or whatever is unconscious or has got knocked out of place. There's some reason why they can't see everything right now. And they're like, its duty is to monitor the satellites and workers sequentially. The blind spot might be the position where Kameko has fainted. And we see Robin and Nami kind of looking on right there. And it says, Shaka, Pythagoras. That's his name, Pythagoras. There's nobody on the 3rd floor in building C. I see. Check the next one. Alright, so it seems like they're kind of being methodical about the sectors that they're searching, going through and checking everything. And then we see Nami. She's like, alright, let's search for him too. The faster we find him, the sooner we leave. And it says, we might have treasure, or he might have treasure too. Alright, so Nami always kind of thinking ahead a little bit. She's like, oh, we can do this, and maybe we'll get a little reward out of it. Alright. We see Jinbei kind of in the background right there. And then Brooke's like, oh, let me help out too. And then going on, okay, we see Sanji, you know, again, anytime there's a woman, you know, Sanji's going to be interested in helping, so. And then she's like, oh, I'll go search for him too, I'm worried. And then, woohoo, Stussy-sama, take me with you too. So we see Stussy and, you know, Sanji's all in love right now. But she's a clone, so you better cool it, Sanji. And then we see Zoro, he's like, I can go too. Or can I go too? Just need to find one crazy old man, right? And then, of course, Sanji starts getting all jealous. He's like, oh, wait, hold on, Mosshead. You, of all people, wants to find someone? He's like, nah, your directionless ass better stay here. And then they're like, and then who's going to look for you after you get lost, huh? And Chopper's like backing up. He's like, he's right. Stay here, Zoro. And then even Robin chimes in. She's like, stay put here, okay? Zoro's just like, coming for, you know, he's cursing their names. So what's he do? Alright, so he goes and has a seat right next to Luffy. And then at their feet right there, you see the unconscious Kaku and Lucci just laying right there. Alright, how long are they going to be passed out? How long does Stussy's bite, neurotoxin, whatever the hell it is that she did, you know, that knocked these guys out? Because we still don't know entirely for sure, you know, what power she has, what capabilities she has, considering she's a clone. But let's see, what do they got to say? So Zoro starts off, he's like, I don't get why they're saying that. Oh well, for a search party, there should be enough. Alright, so he's like, he still, you know, doesn't really get that he has bad direction. So he's like, I don't know why they don't want me helping. And then he's like, how much energy have you used up running? He's asking Luffy how tired he is. Then Luffy's still just sitting there, tongue hanging out, and he's like, I always go out full power. He's like, well, who would have thought that we'd meet these guys again? All right, so he's referring down to the unconscious Kaku and Lucci right there. So first up, we have old Square Nose Kaku. He's like, brings back memories from Water 7, doesn't it? I wonder if old Iceman is doing well. So they're talking about Iceberg. And then, all right, where are we going to next? It says the NICU room. And then, okay, so I think this is where we saw Bonney and Vegapunk head, where we found that big, paw of Kuma's memories. And then we see, it says, don't touch that, Bonney. Shut up, go away, wah. All right, so we still see Vegapunk. He's in his little chibi form that Bonney turned him into. All right, before we go further, what are you guys thinking? What is the reason that Kuma doesn't want Bonney to see these memories? Do you think it's because he did something that he's ashamed of? Or do you think there's a possibility that maybe Bonney, could she be a clone of maybe like Big Mom? The hair color, the appetite, just the way they kind of wear their lipstick, and given we've had all these clones, Miss Buckingham Stussy and Stussy, you know what I mean? Like, you guys think that's a possibility? And Kuma took her in, and he doesn't want her to know that that's not, that she's not his biological daughter, or, do you think she already knows this? Or, if that's a possibility. But let's see what we got. Alright, hold on. Alright. And then we see Bonney, and it's just her breathing really heavily. And then we just see sob, sob, sob. And there's Bonney looking at something, but it's kind of out of focus. We can't really see. And then it zooms in. You see her eye, like, focusing in on it. And then what do we got here? And it says, are you all right? Hey. All right, look, so someone's sitting there crying, like, sobbing their eyes out. Big-ass dude, big burly guy. But it kind of almost looks like a big burly kid almost. And they're just crying. And then Bonnie's like, huh? Daddy? And then we found him. Okay, so someone, I guess this is like a memory, so Bonnie's not really having interaction. She's kind of just viewing the memory. And we see someone coming up to grab, I'm guessing, a young Kuma. And they're like, come here. Please help me. I don't want this anymore. And they're like, you bastard, come back already. If you run away, all of us will be killed. All right, so what do they have Kuma doing, this young Kuma doing that they can't allow him to escape? Why? Obviously, probably something physical or, something to do like that. And then he's like, I don't want to go back. He's just crying, like, tears is just running down his face. All right, and then we see Bonney just take off at a dead sprint to, like, get closer to the guys as they're trying to grab Kuma and take him back. He's like, I won't go back to that place again. Crying won't do anything, you brat. And they're like, what's this? I can't get any closer. All right, so that's Bonney. She's like, wait, what? I can't get any closer. As she's trying to run, the memory is just staying out of her reach right there. And they're like, come back. I'd rather you kill me right now. Even if I go back, I will die anyway. And I mean, bruh, he's just going to town, like snot running, tears, everything. And then you just see the tears welling up in Bonnie's eyes as she's watching this memory of her father right there. And then, oh, damn, it looks like the silhouette of the dude's attacking him. He gets like a bat or a stick or something, and he just has it cocked back, and it looks like they just start beating on Kuma right there. And Bonney is just screaming for them to stop, to like no avail. Or just her eyes are starting to, get all the tears running and everything. And then we just see the dude just get like his head, Kuma's head just looks like it's knocked to the side. He's like, it hurts, I'm sorry. Stop, stop, stop. Help me, it hurts, I'm sorry. Alright, and we still just see these silhouetted figures just picking on Kuma as Kuma is just screaming and begging for someone to help him. And Bonney, wants to help him, but she can't do anything. She can't get close enough. She's just reliving and watching this memory of his. And then all of a sudden, we just see Bonnie's hands, and in the next panel, Bonnie's like, I guess either getting shot out of or shot back away from Kuma's memories. Like, she couldn't handle it, and it just overloaded her, and it just blew her off of it. And then, alright, she's like huffing and huffing and huffing. What do we got right there? Alright, there's a hand and it's grabbing. Okay, so we're cutting back over. This looks like we're cutting back over to Kuma right now, who is trying to ascend the red line. He's got this grimace on his face, but he's like, haha. Why is he laughing? And they're like, Bartholomew Kuma is currently, and we see everyone, the town down below him, and his hands are just, into the red line. They're all the Navy personnel down there are screaming to shoot him down. And then we see Bonney, she's just crying, she's huffing and puffing. And then we see her just kind of, it just has a bunch of dots. And then we see her, sitting next to Kuma's big ass memory. And then she's like, I can't accept this with half-baked resolve. But, and we see us, like, how she remembers her father, the smiling Kuma. I won't be satisfied if I never know, father. Alright, so, now that we've kind of gotten a little into it, so I don't know if we're going to, get some crazy reveal, like, oh, Bonney is actually a clone of Big Mom that he took in, but maybe there was just so much pain and trauma inside of Kuma's life before he had Bonney that he just can't bear to let her know, and especially in this form where she's gonna get the full unfiltered view of his memories and feel those emotions that he didn't want her to see, everything that he had been through. So I can kind of understand that, but Bonney, in her quest, she's realizing, okay, if I really want to know what's in these memories, like, I gotta have that resolve, like how Zoro had when he was gonna take in all of Luffy's pain on Thriller Bark. Like, she needs to have that type of resolve in order to take on Kuma's memories, it's seeming like. And then what do we got? Alright, so we're pulling back out right there, and we got all the palm trees, and it says Vegapunk on the door. And then what do we got next? It says, my, they really went all out with the destruction, huh? Even though this is the this is the birthplace of the Seraphim. And then clink clink, where in the world is Stella? And then we see him turn around, he's like, huh? Clink, and all of a sudden, boom! Next panel, huge explosion. Alright, so is there a traitor amongst the Vegapunks? Or, what's going on? Maybe not a Vegapunk, per se, but someone on the island is a traitor. What do we got over here? Oh, okay, looks like we got the news crews heading over to Big Top Morgan. His big balloon ship that he has, where he runs the news crews from, and says, look, what unbelievable intel just blew in my direction. Alright, is this Stussy feeding him information, or what are you guys thinking? And then we see, okay, it looks like that's Morgan's hand slamming down the Den Mushi. And then, okay, we got big news Morgans. Haven't seen him in a bit, but let's see what he's got to say. It says, the world government is currently carrying out the assassination of Dr. Vegapunk, killing the #1 genius in the world. This is just like the recurrence of the Ohara incident, but the government will be seen as the bad ones here. Vegapunk is very famous throughout the world. He is the man who invented many kinds of energy that power the settlements in the world. Alright, so Morgan is like, okay, he's seeing the correlation and, noticing similarities between this incident and what happened in Ohara, but he's like, this is going to be a lot harder to, cover up because Vegapunk is so well known because of all the inventions that he's made and because they're used to power these, civilizations, these people's settlement. They're going to know if Vegapunk gets killed, they're going to have, probably some public outcry. Alright, what do we got? And then we got, then the one he meets up with is this guy. We see Luffy's wanted poster, his Gear Fit wanted poster right there. Alright. Okay, what do we got for the headline, Morgan? What do you got for us? He's like, then the headline will be like this. The Emperor Strawhat Luffy kidnapped Dr. Vegapunk, barricaded himself on Egghead, and declares an all-out war against the Marines. Alright, so Morgan's over here, stirring up the shit, stirring up the pot, getting everyone riled up against Luffy, being like, oh, Luffy's the one that took Vegapunk hostage. Not that the world government is trying to assassinate him. He's putting that little spin on it. He's like, the government will thank me for this. Now let's go make a living. Yes, sir. And then someone's like, what a dumb headline. Ooh, okay. So not feeling that headline. Say, there's no way Luffy would do such a thing. This is why I hate the government. I lent some closer. I won't wash those ever. So we see two chicks. Is that Vivi right there? And is that Wapple? And they're like, hey, Don't be too loud. What if there are wiretap transponder snails around here? If our location gets revealed, we'll be erased immediately by the government. And then it says, King of the Black Drum Kingdom, Wapple, and Princess of Alabasta, Nefertari, Vivi. Okay, so we got Wapple and Vivi hanging out with Big News Morgans. What the hell could be the possibility for this? And then there's some big silhouetted dude in the back who I'm guessing is that the Mar I can't remember, the chest dude. All right, and he's like, besides, you're being hidden too thanks to Morchan, so don't talk back to him like that. Oh, Morchan, okay. And then, okay, so we're ending off the chapter with Big News Morgans. What's he got to say? He's like, yesterday you were just a little girl crying your eyes out. Don't be so conceited and meddle in my work. The one who shakes up this world is me. It doesn't matter if it's a lie or the truth. The newspapers are all about entertainment. All right, so Morgan's like, yo, I dictate this world. I'm the one who shakes it up. Doesn't matter if I'm telling the truth or I'm telling the lie. I'm the one pushing the news. I'm the one controlling this flow of information. So don't get, don't mess with my business, little girl who was crying, 2 years ago. But, okay, so interesting chapter, interesting. Finally get a reveal of where Vivi's at, so we know she's safe. We still haven't kind of seen Sabo and, what happened to him, since he's kind of, I believe he's the one accused of killing Cobra. But, yeah, interesting chapter. What are you guys thinking that Bonney is going to discover about Kuma, when she gets the resolve to handle those emotions? Do you think she's going to see something dark? Maybe we are going to get that whole, you're a clone of Big Mom. Maybe, I don't know. And that just kind of leads way like, if, Weevil could potentially be a clone of Whitebeard and Bonney could be a clone of Big Mom. What if, like, Blackbeard maybe isn't a complete clone, but he was an early attempt of trying to, I don't know, transpose memories or something like that onto, for, what's his name, Rox D. Zebek. Because it seems like all the people we're cloning were former Rox pirates, right? Or, the people that are theorized that could be potential clones are all from the Rox pirates. But, yeah. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought about this chapter. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and have a wonderful day.